G'day everybody and welcome to another YouTube video review. Now, for those of you who've been a long time subscriber of mine would know that I'm a bit of a Force FX lightsaber fan. I've got quite a few of them, but it has been a very long time since I have done a lightsaber review, probably nearly about 2 or 3 years. But thanks to the Star Wars The Force Awakens coming out, it's time for a new one. So here we have the Kylo Ren Force FX lightsaber. Now this one, I think only just released in the States. I ordered this in September 2015. It's now just on the 1st of February 2016, and that's when mine arrived and came in. So I'm going to do a review for you guys. I know there's a couple already out there, but thanks for checking it out and having a watch. As you can see, this is the Master Replica, the Force FX lightsaber range that Hasbro brought out. This is the Star Wars Black Series. You can see there the design on the packaging, a little bit different to the old Force FX lightsabers we saw. You can now actually get a imprint of the figure, and you can see that there's Kylo with his blazing saber. You got a bit of information there. You got Disney. This one, unlike the other sabers, actually takes 3 AA batteries instead of AAA batteries. I wish that was to give it more power, but I think in this instance it's just for the dual blades on the other side of the hilt, the smaller blades, not for the larger one. I'll flip the box over so we can have a bit of a look and see what's on the back there. You can see a real detailed outline, sort of the schematics of the blade. We've got the number 4 there. I'm not really sure what the number 4 stands for because I don't recall any others being in the series unless there's re-releases coming out. And you can see the schematics there as well. So you've got 3 blades, realistic hilt effects, authentic movie sounds, real metal hilt, and a display stand. Now the display stand you can see there is how it's displayed, or actually on the packaging. And that's how I've done it there for you. Not a big fan of the display packaging of the display stand. As I said, it really does take a little bit to balance, sort of unstable a little bit. The old Force FX sabers, you can see there you've got to pretty much slide it off and it gets stuck on the end. The old ones had the Star Wars logo and actually looked quite nice. This one here is just a piece of clear plastic. Now you can display it sitting on the table like that, or sort of like the old wine decanter where you put your blade through the hole and out the base it sits. So I'll put that to the side. Here are our instructions. Like all good things, comes with instructions. So there's your 2 ways to display the stand. A little bit of information in different language on how to look after it. And then there's your on-off switch, which we'll get to right now. So other than that, let's have a look at the blade. So we'll start off with the hilt. So you can see they're quite realistic. This is rubberized, so don't know how that will stand up. I know with some of my other Force FX sabers, the rubber on the hilt started to perish a little bit and become sticky and tacky. A little bit of alcohol on it, was able to 100% alcohol, was able to rectify that. But in this instance, you can see there sort of like a cable, and that just turns back into the hilt. We have here something a little bit different. I'll just screw this off. So again, like with all the FX sabers, you have the battery pack, but this one's quite nice in the sense of, so there's your pommel at the end. You got your red colouring there. This one here, you can see when I take it out, it actually has that sort of plasticky look. And then you have the battery pack. So you do have that sort of hollow space in there. And then your pack just slides back in. And then you just screw your pommel back on the end. So you can see that you have that sort of dimensional look into the saber. So that's the top there. You got the blue, a little bit of shading, bit of weathering. Comes up quite nicely. There's no other parts that fall off or come off. And then you've got the weathering on the back there. So originally I thought this was the on-off switch, but actually they've hidden it and it's up here. So you just push up to get the effect and pull it back now. So it's quite disguised, well hidden, which is nice. A little bit out of the way though, if you're holding it in your hand, when you're holding it there, your thumb's really not big enough, so you really do have to hold it right up the top to get that power up and power down effect. But that's another gripe I have with this one. But as I said, most of the time you're buying these because they are movie replicas or movie authentic. So we'll have a look now. I will zoom out for you, or we'll try to stand back a little bit for you, because as I said, with this one, not only do you get the power up effect, but then you get the dual power up, which is the side blades as well. So hold on a second. You can see there it turning on. Now I'm going to turn the light off on you, so you can see the colouring underneath the lights. There you go there. With mine, you can see there's a little bit of a colouring spot in the middle there. Not a true black spot, but obviously the LED that's inside isn't as bright as I'd like it to be, so a little bit disappointing with that. But you can notice there's a little bit of a flickering, which is different to the other sabers. Really quite good. Gives you that sort of effect that the blade's buzzing away. And as you can see, and hear, you have the movie effects. Now it does have the battle sounds. You can move it. Has the clash sounds. And all in all, quite nice. Now the black spot, as I said, it doesn't show up too much, especially when you pull it out of the blade. But is a little bit noticeable, but you do notice the flickering, and sometimes the blade pushes up and down. But all in all, I'll turn the light back on. Actually, I'll power it down for you. So you can see it all powers down in one hit, and then powers up again. So I'll do that once more. And gives you that effect. Quite nice. The blade itself stands around about probably, I'd say 2 or 3, 4 feet long. Let me turn the lights back on so you can see. The side parts probably around about 15 centimeters out. All in all, quite nice. Heavy size, probably around about maybe 1 kilo to hold in the hand. Quite a thick pommel, but all in all, really good for those who are collectors. But anyway, thanks for watching. Keep subscribing, and who knows, hopefully we'll have another saber review when the next Star Wars comes out in 2 years' time. Cheers!